in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
Talking Dicks, the podcast spin-off from the web series The Two Dicks. Check it out. I'm Al Ducharme in Studio City, California, and that, my friends, is the one and only Al Romas in Tampa, Florida today. And
two jackets.
You got the two jackets. It was 80 degrees last time we did our podcast, and now you look like Fonzie on a bender, I guess. No, it's cold,
man.
I know.
It's cold. It was in the 40s this morning, and it might be in the mid-50s right now. I know anyone listening in the Northeast is saying, blah, blah, it's not cold, but this is Tampa, Florida. This is cold.
Well, you're acclimated. You got to remember, even though we're originally from the Northeast, we've acclimated to these warmer climates. And
that's a nice way to call me a pussy. Which I am. I was in New York and Maryland. I couldn't take it. And then I come down here and I'm wearing two jackets. Now, I've never worn two jackets, but I'm freezing.
He's freezing.
Then people probably go, well, why is he outside? Well, that's a fair question.
It is a fair
question. But I was finishing a little stogie here before we went on the pod, so I thought, well, I'm out here having a stogue. Let's pod out here. It's still warm enough to do this, so that's what I'm doing. But it's a chilly day. Let's just say that. Okay,
so you had your COVID test. You're feeling good. No signs. It was negative.
Yes, sir.
Because Al did some traveling. If you weren't listening,
listen, if you weren't listening, how dare you?
How dare you? We get 5 cents for every 1,000 people that listen. So far, we haven't collected.
No, and join the Patreon if you're listening and you want to see my two coats and Al's sporting his Two Dicks hat from our web series, and he's in front of a big AIDS quilt for F is for Family, which he is a co-star on Netflix. You'll want to see this stuff. Join the patreon.com/the2dicks and check it out. Mm-hmm. That's the ad. I just threw the ad.
I know the ad. You have it down pretty good there, actually. Now, today, of course, we have the wild card games going on in the NFL. And so the Giants didn't make it because of the stupid Philadelphia Eagles.
That coach who's under fire now. I was just reading the owner is going to be talking to him this week. He doesn't like the whole direction of the team, the whole thing. It's amazing how the NFL, the guy won a Super Bowl a couple of years ago, and now he's on the hot seat. You know what I mean? That's the league.
But he had to overcome injuries. I mean, they all do. His management style, it's just, I thought some bad play calls because of that 5% chance of being
he's an analytics guy.
Yeah.
And but when, some of the players had to be like, I was reading, held back. They wanted to beat the shit out of them. I mean, you're losing by 3. It's the final game. You got time left on the clock. And then he pulls the quarterback and puts in a guy who should be bagging groceries, not being in the NFL. That's tough to tell your players who've been practicing hard all week and playing. We're not really going to try to win.
That's a bit harsh, bagging groceries. I mean, maybe a greeter at Walmart.
He's young for a greeter. That's an old man's job, sir. That's a,
Are we applying? Are we going to be applying?
I no kidding. I'm right there. I used to do a bit about it. Now I'm like, holy shit, wouldn't that be ironic if that actually became one? And I'm making fun of the poor old bastard. How you doing? Welcome to Walmart. How am I doing? If I was doing well, I'd be at Nordstrom. I'm with you, Dick.
But you can always, if you bump into someone you can just say, I'm doing it for research for a new bit.
Yeah, and then give them the finger as they walk in. That's my greeting to you. Yeah. So, hey, when we were talking off air, by the way, I wanted to bring this up. Last week, you had mentioned, you were talking about your car, and there was an incident with this new hybrid $200,000 vehicle you bought. There's an incident already. What happened? There's damage.
There was a little damage. The landscaper person who was moving the
look at you,
one of the barrels.
Hybrid cars, landscapers.
Moved it.
Living well.
Between my car and scratched the side of it because he wasn't paying attention. But since then, I went out and bought for $3.99 plus the 9.5% sales tax here in Studio City, California. I bought some rubbing compound, and
you rubbed one out?
I rubbed one out, and
nice.
I didn't realize sperm actually takes out a lot of the scratches.
What do you mean you didn't know that? We learned that as teenagers.
Had I known, I had this information at my fingertips.
How do you think it's called rubbing? It was all in there.
It was all in there. We went blue. We both went blue.
Why not?
I've trained Al how to go blue. It actually took out a lot of the like the spider web part of it. There's still a couple of little nicks that you got to like lean in and see.
Did you call ICE when this went down?
I did, and
get rid of this fucking guy.
They took him out and his entire family.
Good.
They put him in plastic. They put him in plastic cuffs because there was a lot of plastic cuffs left over from when the Capitol was stormed.
Oh yeah.
We didn't even talk about that.
What are these guys planning with a bunch of zip ties? Oh, yeah, it's nonviolent. We're just here to protest and use our First Amendment rights. You guys have zip ties and a noose and a gallows. What's going on here exactly? It was a gallows to hang Mike Pence.
It was 1812 all over again. I don't know. Was it? No. 1860. 1860 something or. I don't know.
What am I?
But the Capitol's been attacked. It's been attacked like 6 times over the last 75 years or so.
Yeah,
this isn't
they
the
just
first
built
one.
a wall around it yesterday. They've been building. Now they got a wall around the thing. But
they got to build a wall around the wall that's being paid for by Mexico.
I think your landscaper helped pay for this wall. That guy. So were you? What happened? Like you see the scratches? What do you do?
He felt horrible. He felt really bad. It's because it's brand new. It had 103 miles on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what the problem
it was. I would say 85% of it came out. And if the sun is shining on that particular angle, when I go out, I look right at it. I look
you're
right
gonna
at it.
See it forever. That's all you're going to see.
But my wife's like, "What? Where? I don't see it." But she's blind as a bat.
She's being nice. She's being nice.
Yeah, she doesn't want me to fire anybody.
What I mean?
Yeah.
It's like if you have a girlfriend and she's got some weird scar, and then you see it for the first time, and that's all you're going to see. You know what I mean? And she's like, "Oh, what's the matter?" I'm like, "Oh, that scar, it's killing me." And she's like, "Oh, I didn't even notice." And you go, "Yeah, well, you're scarred. You're ruined. You're damaged." You know what I mean?
You just emotionally scarred the woman. Right there is what you did.
Well, that scar emotionally scarred me, and then I scar her, and it's a mess. That's why I'm single. I'm damaged. Like your car. I'm all fucked up like your car.
Fucked up like my car. I'm digging my car, man.
Car.
It was not a $200,000 vehicle, by the way.
No one. The IRS is not listening. You can relax.
No, I have to apply for my $7,500 rebate. Credit, and then California rebate as well. So
yeah. But otherwise, you're happy with the vehicle. You're happy with the person.
It's pretty cool. I'm digging it.
Yeah.
It's no Tesla.
Right.
But for much less, because Tesla, their tax credit ran out. For much less, I'm very pleased so far, but we'll see what happens over the next year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right.
That's that.
Well,
now,
keep it away from that guy, that damn landscaper.
Yeah.
The hell, man, that is careless.
Yeah, he came back again, and I actually moved the vehicle.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Holy shit! What's this guy's name? Do we know? You don't know. Why do I ask? You don't know his name. Nobody gives a shit.
The guy's here.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a guy.
He's here.
Green Garden, and we call him Gigi. Gigi's here.
There you go.
I don't know the fucking guy's name, but they're great. Those what I don't know how to put it, but those undocumented workers, they're great people. I mean, they're just, I think I told you this story once where I had a tree limb hanging over a telephone pole, the light, and the town told us we had to pay for that to cut it down, and I called a tree surgeon, and he wanted $1,200 to cut the branch down.
Come on.
$1,200. That's what I said. And I was telling this Gigi guy, Green Garden guy, about it. I go, hey, they want $1,200 to cut this thing down. Can you believe that? And he goes, oh, hold on. And he runs to his truck. He gets a fucking chainsaw. He climbs up the telephone pole like a little, whatever.
Careful.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a little good climber.
Like a good climbing guy, and takes the chainsaw. The limb comes down, hits the street. 2 of his guys come out of the truck. They chop it into pieces. They throw it all in the truck, and they drive off within 5 minutes. I'm just standing there like, what the hell just happened?
How much was that?
Unbelievable. That's what So the next week, he comes to cut the lawn. I'm trying to talk to the guy. He's on the mower. You know, he's got his headphones on. I go, hey, yo, GG, whatever.
You cut the wrong fucking branch, asshole.
Yeah, you scum. You damaged my Kia Soul. You know? So how dare you? I can't even tell. But I go, what do I owe you for the thing? He goes, no, please, no. And I was like, what? Are you kidding? And he just went back on the mower and finished up with.
Holy shit.
Yeah, incredible. Yeah, $1,200 from a tree surgeon.
You're going to marry that guy.
So fucking pompous. I mean, you cut down tree limbs. So you're a surgeon. How dare you?
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's like comics referring to the craft. Shut up. You know what I mean?
Mm.
A lot of these Zoom things, everyone's like, how long have you been, when did you get good at the craft? Or I'm like, what? Stand-up? No. The craft. If you're calling it the craft, then you're a comic. Go kill yourself.
Yeah, that's actors say craft. They used to anyways. Not comics.
The craft. Yeah. So,
witchcraft.
That is, it is. Well, that's kind of what it is, right? We get up there, make an audience of strangers laugh. Or you ever think about it though, like on a real, like where you just kind of think about what the hell we do for a living, or we used to anyway. A room full of strangers, you have to make them laugh. Okay, you make them laugh. No, not just laugh. For 45 minutes, they have to laugh. Or you don't come back, or you're not paid. You know what I mean? It is witchcraft, man. It's a fucking magic trick, you know?
And you can have 99 phenomenal shows, good, great, fantastic shows.
Thank you.
And then you have the one where it just doesn't go your way. And you're like, I got to get out of the business.
You want to kill yourself.
We do.
I know. It's so terrible.
That's the worst show I've ever had. I've been doing this for 29 years. Yeah.
All the good ones they don't mean anything to us. Or it's the guy in the crowd with the arms crossed. And he's not buying it. And the rest of the crowd's loving you. And that's all you think about the rest of the night. Why didn't that guy laugh?
It takes you out of your game. If they sit up front like this.
Yeah.
I told you that this has happened to me more than once. I've had this guy. And sometimes it's the jealous boyfriend. His girlfriend, hot chick girlfriend, is laughing her ass off. And he starts to turn his body sideways. And he starts talking. No, isn't that funny? Because he's jealous. Because he's a cement meathead. But
why go?
But then I get this guy like this. And he's taking me out of my game. I know he is. But the crowd's great. So I'm just. He comes
if
up.
You're not on Patreon. You want to see what Al's working out here.
Really
selling. He's really selling the guy up front who's enjoy.
It's my craft.
The Ducharme comedy.
It's my podcast craft.
A master of the craft. Crap.
But he comes up to the meet and greet table where I'm trying to hawk my merch, and he's like, "I just want to say, thank you so much. I had a really bad year, but this was the most fun I've had, and thank you. You really made me laugh." And they walk away, and I'm like,
You get a little weepy?
I get a little weepy.
We're getting older. I think we weep more.
We talked about this off air, and I think we should bring it up. About 11 months ago, we had to send off our little buddy, our little Chihuahua, to doggy heaven, and it's 11 months later. Time does heal and all that, but in the beginning, it's rough. And Al just had to do this with his little pal there, Max. He wasn't little; he was a good-sized dog, and it's fresh. And but as we get older, males especially, we become more emotional, and we made an analogy to the movie Analyze This, where Robert De Niro's character gets very emotional. He's supposed to be a big, tough mob guy, but this stuff really does. It exists,
man. It's you where you live. Somebody sent me the Rainbow Bridge thing, and I hadn't read it in a while, and boy, that thing just leveled me. Holy shit!
My God!
Dog's crossing the Rainbow Bridge. He's running healthy and young, and he's meeting his old pals, and you're going to be with him someday. I'm like, oh fuck, I can't handle this. I can't read the Rainbow Bridge right now.
You're like, I'm a man.
That's right. Jesus.
But
then you watch a movie and you're like, why am I weeping here? What's going on? What happened to me? You know? This is Little House on the Prairie. I shouldn't be weeping, but I fall apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's actually a good thing.
Good man.
It's a good thing, but it's tough.
I used to do a joke in my early days about the daughter on Little House on the Prairie because she went blind.
Yeah.
Remember that show? It was like so depressing. Like everything, 1 week the house burns down, then the girl goes blind.
Yeah.
It was just tragic. But the joke was something along the. I'm trying to think. The thing was something along. If you're gonna go blind, that was a perfect time, like the 1850s. I mean, there's nothing happening at all, and it was like, okay, there's the chair and there's the bed. You know what I mean? There was nothing to miss. And then I would walk around the stage with my eyes closed, going, "Pa, Pa, Pa." And usually it was
Mary. You got to put your pants on, sweetie. Go put your pants on. Oh.
Yeah. Be me on Long Island walking around a stage in silence, going, "Pa, Pa." And you get that one weird comic who always goes, "I love that bit." And you're like,
yeah. I kind of dig. I kind of like those bits too that are a little bit where the audience is like, "Oh," but then there's people trying to hide their laughter because it's funny.
We love that. We love that.
No, I mean they're like trying to hold.
Yeah.
They're like,
right. Thank you. Yeah. You mentioned meet and greets before. I guess that's going to be a long time, even after COVID, and we're doing shows. The idea of the meet and greet thing with the merch, I think that one seems a long way away.
I think it's state to state. If you know what I mean.
State.
Yeah.
That means.
Well, there's some states and some parts of states where.
No, but I'm talking about in the future when comedy's back.
Yeah.
That might be the last thing, though, to still come where you go, you might be at a club and they'll go, "We're not doing merch."
Yeah, I agree.
Can't have you with 200 people here.
I agree. I think it's going to be late this year or early next year before that really starts to become normal. It? Yeah, it's crazy.
This is number what? What episode volume are we on here? 80-something?
This is 82. 82.
And we started a couple weeks after we stopped working, so March, and now we're in mid-Jan, almost. I mean, it's incredible. We're going to be into a year before you know it of unemployed, and not looking like we're going back anytime soon.
I just went back to my unemployment to claim or certify because now it's been several weeks since I did any voiceover work or anything, and I can't do a lot of things because so I went in and did my thing, and he said you have to restart your claim because it's been dormant for so long. Because I was fortunate and I had some gigs. So it said we're freezing your account. It's on suspension due to fraudulent activity. We'll be sending you an email. Oh, that was you. Oh, okay. Well, then I'm good with it. How's the new leather jacket?
He doesn't need it.
Is that from Nordstrom, the leather jacket?
I would bring a few bucks my way, and he won't even notice. He's got so much going on with his car and his landscaper and his voiceover show,
Well, here's another thing. Let me tell you about that. Fine, I got to talk about finances. I always talk about finance.
And the audience loves it. The reviews are in.
I'm paying.
They can't get enough.
I'm paying
like when Al goes through finances.
Some people are interested.
And very dryly. We like.
You are not interested in anything I have to say.
That's true.
But I'm trying to reach the small number of people who don't feel left out.
I got to keep you on track. Okay,
yes, you do.
Go ahead,
I know.
Sir. Go ahead.
Not only now, my voiceover stuff, taxes, it's pre-taxed. It's a.
Why am I weeping? Holy shit!
It's a W-2.
It's getting to me.
But unemployment is taxed. I had no idea that unemployment is taxed income. Same thing with all the federal stuff. Maybe the stimulus isn't, but the other stuff, it's all taxed. And I'm like,
yeah, but you take your taxes out and then you're clear. You can have it. They can take the tax out of your unemployment.
Well, I have. I've been like, they give you an option of taking out a certain amount, and I do that for the most part. But I talked to my accountant, and we went over our stuff that we did, some comedy gigs, some other stuff. And he said, "You guys are going to have to pay."
What?
You're going to have to pay. He said January 15th to avoid.
Pay.
Yeah.
Holy God.
You're going to have to pay. He said by the 15th to avoid any penalties or late fees.
You guys are killing it in the pandemic. Holy shit.
Well, so hence
Holy
the reason
God.
why I purchased this electric hybrid plug-in car, because it's a $7,500 tax credit. So now he said, okay, now you don't have to pay any taxes.
Uh-huh.
So the amount of money that we saved getting this car is 2 years of car payments.
Gotcha. All right. You know what time it is?
Questions.
Wow.
I had to get you out of that.
No, and I appreciate it, but you stumble me. You make me stumble. I'm like Biden. You're like Trump, and I go in there. I have a point to make, and then you go. I go. A jerk. Stop it.
Wow, I can't believe I've been compared to Trump. That's the first. Here's a question. We have questions. A question.
I love questions.
We get our questions usually on Instagram, on the Instagram story. You can do it, but you can do it anywhere. Just send us a question. Facebook, website, Twitter, whatever you want. This guy or woman, this is a little bit of, not a question. This is a demand. So whip it out. Okay, now here it is. Let's, this one says,
I'm sorry, what does it say?
Let's see a new two dicks.
Well, that's a good demand.
Fella.
That's a good demand.
Right. Yeah, where are we? We're in a pandemic, sir.
I had 2 flights booked to go to Tampa so that we could record 3 episodes. Pandemic squashed that. And we ended up doing 2 episodes, long distance. One of them was a bomb, and the other one was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. I agree. Al wrote it. I'm not going to take that from him, but
well, it wasn't.
I made it.
It came out. You added a lot. You made the whole thing into an episode.
I took his writing story and made it into a motion picture.
Yeah, I think it's criminally underrated. It's criminally underrated, and a lot of it's because it was on Facebook, and Facebook won't work with the 2 dicks because of the word dicks. They don't get it.
They kept kind of like they would freeze us sometimes because of our title, the 2 dicks.
Right. But if it had gotten to be on Facebook the way our other ones were, I think it would have gotten a lot of views and people would have liked it. But so anyway, people can check it out. It's on YouTube. I forget the name of that one. Was that East West Dicks?
That was East West Dicks, and it's on YouTube // the 2 dicks.
That was the most recent episode of the 2 dicks, and then. We'd love to do another one, but he's in California. I'm here, and until we can be together, I don't know.
I have done an outline for a new script.
Oh.
Which I have done in the past, and I'll send it to Al, and then he does the tweaking and whatnot. We back and forth. But the outline would be it's not going to be the telephone ones that we've done already.
Right.
It would be we would try to shoot it so that we look and edit it together like we're at the same location. The issue is I have all the fancy equipment here, and Al has,
a phone.
But everybody's shooting on these phones. See this phone right here? Check out that. Now, if you had Patreon, you'd see that. That's that's the iPhone 11 Pro.
And Al's penis, he calls it his phone.
He calls it his phone, yeah. It's got the zoom lens, so that's kind of nice. It's got the mic. So it's got the macro too.
We'd love to be filming a new ep. God, if it wasn't for a pandemic, we'd have 2 seasons complete by now. We'd Amazon. We were ready to go on to Amazon. Have the 2 dicks on Amazon Prime, and pandemic messed with everything there, and so it was really it's put on everybody. We're not just saying. Well, actually, we are. It's really hurt the 2 dicks. That's what's really important, and.
We're hurting dicks. We're hurting dicks.
You don't want that.
No.
You don't want your dicks being hurt.
I wanted to read you
emotionally
something.
or physically. Yes, sir.
I wanted to read you something because we were talking
about... It's not the Rainbow Bridge, is it? I'll end this episode bawling.
I'm so sorry.
Who decided... I appreciate the thought, but you know what? Maybe give it 12 hours after your dog passes before you send the Rainbow Bridge story.
Yeah, give me 48. Give me the first 48.
That's a tough thing. Yeah. That's a tough one, man. I got to be honest.
I'm trying to find. It's so funny because I switched over from my Samsung Android device to the iPhone months ago, and I'm still a mess. But I received this, and I think this is because our president. I think our president may have caused this.
Well, he's banned from everything.
I wrote an innocuous response comment on one of my posts to a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And I basically said, I knew those boxer briefs weren't mine, you son of a bitch, or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you dog you is what I wrote. And it popped up, your comment may go against our community standards. It looks like similar to others that have been removed for bullying and or harassment.
This was Twitter?
No, this is actually Facebook. But they're all...
Facebook. Meaningless.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, to get that...
Yeah.
For me, someone making a joke, and I just said, you dog you.
You have a history of bullying.
I took out you dog you, and then they allowed it. So someone put you dog you, and they banned them?
I couldn't. You know what I feel about Facebook and the whole thing with them.
I was just trying to equate it to our president being
he's
banned from everything.
He's on.
Well, he was inciting violence, and I don't care what side you are on.
Right. No, but
I'm talking about I'm talking about the sane followers. Support your candidate, support your beliefs, but there are some delusional people on both sides. But it was inciting violence. I don't see it any other way.
Yeah. He's
and I'm not political. I'm apolitical, man. I'm apolitical. I don't know if that's right, but I cast my vote both ways over the years, based on what I believed in or I thought that was a rumor.
I thought that was a rumor before I met you, but now I'm pretty sure you do vote both ways, if you know what I mean.
And that's our podcast.
Eat me. I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
No, really, don't mess with me, because I don't come down to the bus station and slap the dick out of your mouth when you're working, do I? Oh, get on up here, motherfucker. Give me security. I'm sorry, man. The guy fucking came at me. What do you think, folks?
No way.
Okay, show it.
All right. Subscribe, Mary.
Go to patreon.com/forward the two dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?